everybody, Trevor here, and welcome to another Top 15 video. And today, we'll be discussing my Top 15 classic Thomas & Friends songs. I've been getting requests to do this one for a long while, and boy oh boy was it long overdue. I was originally not going to make this video because I'm afraid I'll either get copyright claims or get a copyright strike for showing music video footage. But in order to play it safe, I'm going to try singing some of the lyrics, even though I don't really like singing that much. I was also going to make this a top 10, but I chose 15 candidates just to make it a little bit longer. Anyways, for this list, I'm only going to include songs that were featured in seasons 3 all the way to 11, since those were part of the model era. And no, there are no new songs for season 12 for some reason. Also, I won't be including any songs from Thomas Majorelle because I want to save those for another time. I'll eventually make a top 15 CGI Thomas songs video as well, but first, I need to get the classics out of the way because those are the most important to me. And even though I technically love all the classic songs from seasons 3 to 7, but for the sake of this video, I'm only listing 15 because then the video itself will be too long. Now without further ado, let's begin this musical top 15, shall we? Number 15. Every Day is a Special Day on Sodor. Most of the songs from the early hit era were either not so great or just plain mediocre. However, there are some decent songs during that time, and this is one of them. What I like about this song is that sometimes it is true that every day's a special day on Sodor. No pun intended. I especially love the beautiful weather used in the music video, including the rainstorm and summer sunshine. It just shows that Sodor is such a beautiful looking island, and therefore, I highly recommend listening to it on a nice day outside. Number 14, A World Around You. Another decent song in the early hit era in my opinion, and this one is from season 8. The reason why I like this song is mainly because of the calm, laid-back flow of it. I especially love the doobie doobie dooba, doobie doobie dooba, doobie doobie dooba. And like Every Day is a Special Day on Sodor, this one makes me want to enjoy the beautiful atmosphere of the Sodor countryside as well as the horizon of it, and therefore, I highly recommend listening to this on a relaxing day. Number 13, The Narrow Gauge Engines Song. I don't know about you, but I think this is a decent song from season 11, especially if it's about the narrow gauge engines in the high hills. What I love about this song is that it names all the existing narrow gauge engines including Rusty, Duncan, Fearless Freddy, and Mighty Mac. Though I was kind of disappointed that Proteus wasn't even mentioned or seen in this, but I guess he's supposed to be a fictional character in universe. Oh, and did you know that this music video was first featured in the Engines and Escapades DVD? I honestly love that release for the most part. Number 12, Navigation. This is my most favorite song from season 10. Not only it has a decent message about learning to know your navigation, but my most favorite scene of them all would be Duck's brief cameo in one scene where Elizabeth was hauling an old horse cart. How awesome is that? And keep in mind that Duck didn't make an official return to the show until season 12, which was a transition season to the CGI era. And not to mention, Duck didn't return again until season 17 with a new voice actor, which makes it even better. But what's sad about Navigation is that it's quite underrated, and I kinda wish they released this onto DVD in the US region just because, I guess. But overall, Navigation is the best song in season 10, and I highly recommend watching the music video of it just to see Duck's brief cameo. Number 11 is a tie between the Work song and One Friendly Family. This is a tie at 2 because they were the only 2 new songs that were featured in the DVD releases of On Side with Thomas and Thomas's Trusty Friends. What I like about these songs is that they feature clips from all 13 episodes of Jack in the Pack. I also love the catchiness of the Work song because it gives me early vibes of the Working Together songs from Blue Mountain Mystery and King of the Railway. In addition, when it comes to One Friendly Family, not only I like the song's title, but I also enjoy the nice sounding lyrics because it shows that engines and other vehicles on Sodor are one big friendly family, for the most part. And I'm so happy that I live in a nice house with a nice family too. Number 10. Thomas, You're the Leader. Okay, I promise that this will be the final new Marl era song on this list because after this, I want to focus more on seasons 3 to 7. When it comes to Thomas songs in the Marl specials, Thomas You're the Leader is hands down the best music video in all of the early hit era. Not only is it catchy and memorable with awesome sounding lyrics, but it's a hip hop remix of the Engine Roll Call theme, which I still think is an okay song for the most part. I especially thought the people who worked on this did an excellent job. And when I first heard about this on the Great Discovery DVD, I was kind of wishing it would be the new theme song for the show since it's better than the original Engine Roll Call theme. But no, it was only a one-time thing. Though it was reused again in the CGI series, but that's not important right now. In conclusion, if there's an early hit era song I would recommend the most, it would be this for these reasons alone. I mean, it's just that great. And yes, Thomas, you will always be the leader no matter what. And that's a promise for sure. Number 9. Thomas's Anthem. This is the first ever Thomas music video and song in the classic series, and it's the only song in season 3. It's basically an early national anthem for the Thomas and Friends franchise. What I love about this song is that it was first released on the Percy's Ghostly Trick VHS tape back in the day, and it's mainly about Thomas the Tank Engine and all of his friends, hence why they named some of the characters in the lyrics including the main characters, as well as some supporting ones, particularly Annie, Clarabelle, Terrence, Birdie, Diesel, Duck, and Daisy. In addition, what I love most about most of these classic Thomas songs by Junior Campbell Michael O'Donnell is that they are lyrical versions of certain instrumentals. And this one is based on Thomas's theme in the show, for the most part. But this isn't the only example in this video. There are plenty more that I have yet to talk about right now. Number 8. Really Useful Engine. Here's another song about Thomas the Tank Engine. What I love about this one is that it shows some classic footage from season 1, including Thomas Saves the Day, which does explain why they reused this song in The Adventure Begins. My favorite lyrics would be, he's the one, he's the one, he's the really useful engine that we adore, he's the one, he's the number one, Thomas the Tank Engine. All in all, with Thomas's Anthem being number 9, this one deserves the number 8 spot because it's just that charming and spectacular. And in my opinion, I like all versions of this song, including the one used in Thomas and the Magic Railroad, where they had one guy sing the song along with the children's choir. Number 7. Don't Judge a Book by Its Cover. This song is about Terrence the Tractor and how he and Thomas first met in the show. That's one thing I love about this song. The second thing is that Don't Judge a Book by Its Cover has a really catchy tune to it. But the best part of the song is its message that you shouldn't judge people by their looks. You should judge them by their personality. Oh, and I like how it says the end at the end of the song. But that's only like the first version that's on the Thomas and the Special Letter VHS. Number 6. Come for the Ride. When it comes to Season 5 songs in general, this is one of my absolute favorites because not only is it fun and exciting, but it makes me want to enjoy the train rides on Sodor. In fact, some of my favorite lyrics include, Rockin', rockin' on the railway, rollin'. You might say that this song is about Gordon's Express, except there's no classic series song about Gordon, unfortunately. In conclusion, Come for the Ride is one of my favorite Season 5 songs because of its peppy beat, exciting stock footage, and the song itself feels like a fun roller coaster, even though I technically don't like roller coasters in real life. But still, this is a very fun song. I recommend it. Number 5. The Trollsome Truck Song. Okay, I promised myself that I'll pick at least one Season 7 song because there are certain ones I never got a chance to listen to, such as the Whistle Song. But for the number 5 spot, I chose the Trollsome Truck Song because for one thing, it's about the Trollsome Trucks and their nature of mischief. Secondly, this song was reused in The Adventure Begins where it was resung by the Kid Moore Children's Choir, as well as its composer Robert Hartshorn. And thirdly, it has some of the most fun lyrics I've ever heard, including, because the Trollsome Trucks will get the engines every time, Trollsome Trucks will run the engines off the line, they push them here, push them there, till they go too fast, Then they push him once again, laughing while they crash. You see why this is my most favorite Season 7 song of all time? Oh, and fun fact, this is technically the first song in the 7th season in the UK, but in the US, it was the 4th and final song to be released onto DVD, which is such a shame because I would have loved to hear the rest of the Season 7 songs in my home country as well. Number 4, Down by the Docks. In terms of Season 6 songs, this one will be my most favorite of them all because not only is it fun, catchy, and memorable, but it features two of my favorite Dockside friends, which are Salty and Cranky. I especially love some of the lyrics, including Down by the dockside, we are a team, working together, just like family. And yes, it is true that friends do work together like family, and that everyone on Sodor is part of a team. Oh, and I forgot to mention that I love the part where the human characters were dancing to the song. Not to mention that this song was reused in the season 19 episode, No Help at All. And that's why this song deserves the number 4 spot on this list. Number 3, Gone Fishing. This song's about, you guessed it, gone fishing. Actually, this song is based on the season 1 episode, Thomas Goes Fishing, which is a very good episode with a very good message. One thing I do like about this song is that it feels so calm and so relaxing that it makes me want to fall asleep happily. Oh, and did you know that there are 2 versions of this song? The original draft version was sung by Junior Campbell, while the second version was all sung by the children's choir. I don't know which one is better, but I think they're both great. And in conclusion, I recommend listening to this song whenever you're having a bad day or something. Number 2, The Island Song. Ah yes, The Island Song. One of the most beautiful songs ever written and composed by Junior Campbell and Mike O'Donnell. I was gonna make this number 1, but I decided to make it number 2 instead because for one thing, not only is it a beautiful song, but it feels quite emotional, in a good way. What I mean is that the island song makes Sodor seem magical, and it's also another reason why I think Thomas Majorero should be canon to the actual TV series. What do I mean by that? Well, here's proof of this one memorable line. Magical land where dreams come true. And speaking of magic, I have a theory on why the engines have faces in the first place. It's because of the magic of gold dust, which gives them life. A couple known examples include Lady from the first movie and Mr. Conductor's evil twin in a couple episodes of Shining Station. But remember, it's just a theory and should never be taken as fact. Overall, the Island Song is one of the best and most beautiful songs in the entire Thomas Song library. In fact, the children's choir sung it so beautifully that I can even imagine a woman singing it too, whether it be Sarah Brightman or Jodie Benson. Wouldn't that be interesting? Heck, I can even imagine this song as a victory song at a sports event, kind of like Sweet Victory from the SpongeBob episode Band Geeks. Before I get to my number 1 pick, I just want to give some honorable mentions. Engine Roll Call. I honestly think that this one is okay. Not as good as the original, but it's better than the All Engines Go theme song, that's for sure. But the reason it's in the honorable mentions is that while it is a catchy song, it gets tiring to hear after a long while, especially at the end of each airing. In fact, it's as tiresome as Let It Go from Disney's Frozen. That's what friends are for, and rules and regulations. The reasons these two didn't make it is because at the time they were released, they had no music videos of their own until the CGI series came along, but still, they're nice songs. Day and Night. It would have easily been number 14, but I chose A World Around You instead since I wanted to choose at least one Season 8 song instead of having 2 Season 9 songs at the very bottom. Salty. It got beaten out by Down by the Docks because I never got a chance to hear it as an adolescent. In fact, I don't think this song was brought to America in the first place, which is such a shame because it's such a cool and catchy song. Heck, I can imagine Beavis and Butthead rocking their big heads to this song as a joke. Harold the Helicopter. It would have easily been higher on the list because it's such a heroic song, but because there's no room for it here, I decided to drop it. And the number 1 best classic Thomas song of all time is Accidents Will Happen. I decided to make this number 1 on the list for many reasons. 1, it shows a great montage of some of my favorite classic crashes in seasons 1 to 5, and I loved the crashes ever since I was little. 2, the song itself is so fun, catchy, memorable, and very exciting at the same time. 3, it's even got a great message that accidents can happen sometimes, even in real life, and that we all need to be careful on how we can prevent them from ever occurring again. And 4, I thought that the song ended on a perfect note when Gordon crashed through the station wall of Kirk Ronan, but with a different crash sound effect at the very end. When I first saw this song as a kid, I was hyped because not only it shows some of my favorite crashes from the past, but it even foreshadowed the VHS release of Spills and Chills when they showed footage of Rusty and the Boulder and Haunted Henry, which I thought were great episodes. If you're a hardcore Thomas fan like me, or just a huge fan of train crashes in general, then this would be the perfect song and music video for you. Now let me know in the comments section on which of these Thomas songs are your favorite. Do you agree with my list, or do you have your own personal preference? Join me next time when I will be talking about the CGI Thomas songs, including those from Big World Big Adventures. Trust me, it'll be fun. And after that, I'll focus on my favorite Tatmar songs. This is Trevor Davis, signing off.